All right, good evening, fifth graders. Tonight we're doing something that I really enjoy in math, and they're called pan balance problems. If you're not familiar with what a pan balance looks like, I'm going to kind of show you what it looks like. This is the beginning of our algebra unit. That's what a pan balance looks like. So whatever's on this left side, in order to keep it balanced, needs to be on this right side. Whatever's on the right side needs to be on the left side. So for example, each side has a star right now. This is balanced. Each side is always balanced. So here's an example. Got some peanuts here. I have one peanut on one side of the pan balance. I have one peanut on the other side. It is balanced. I have one peanut and one peanut. Here's another example. Let's take a look here. I have two peanuts and I have one mouse. So that mouse weighs the same as two peanuts. So if I add two peanuts to this side, I have to add a mouse. If I add two peanuts to this side, I have to add a mouse to this side. If I add a peanut to this side, I have to add a peanut to this side. Does that make sense, kids? We have to keep it balanced. Same thing if I take away a mouse from one side, take away a mouse from this side. If I take away a peanut, take away a peanut. If I take away two peanuts, take away two peanuts. Then I'm left with two peanuts equals the same as a mouse. We're going to do some more examples here. I enjoy this because I get to play with some pictures. Looks like I have a chubby prairie dog. I have 6 basketballs on one side, and I have 3 prairie dogs on the other side. So there's going to be some math involved with this. How much does a prairie dog weigh? Well, let's take a look. I have 6 here, 6 balls over here. I have 3 over here. If I were to divide 6 by 3, I would get 2. So does that make sense? Do 2 basketballs weigh the same as a prairie dog? Well, let's try it out. If I remove 2 basketballs from this side, I have to remove a prairie dog. If I remove 2 more basketballs from this side, I have to remove another prairie dog. Then I'm left with 2 basketballs, 1 prairie dog. It works. Take a look at this side. I have a frog and I have 3 footballs. Weighs the same as 8 footballs. Well, I want to know how much a frog weighs. This is how I kind of see the obvious. So if I were to kind of split this in half, what can I take away from both sides? I can't take a frog from both sides because both sides don't have a frog. If I take away 3 footballs here, take away 3 footballs over here, that leaves me with 5 footballs and 1 frog. So my answer is my frog weighs the same as 5 footballs. Take a look here. I have apples and I have blocks. I want to know what does 1 apple weigh in blocks. Well, what can I take away? I can take away 1 apple from each side. Can't take any more apples. I can take away 2 blocks from each side. So it leaves me with 1 apple and how many blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 apple weighs the same as 7 blocks. It's really pretty easy. All right, now it gets a little more complicated. We have some weight on one side. I have 15 grams of weight. So instead of having 15 different little weights, I just have a 15 there. I have 7 on one side. I want to know what 1 oval weighs. Well, I can do this. I can take away, I can cross off 2 ovals from each side. Right? What else can I do? I can take away 7 grams of weight from each side, can I? So I'm going to go ahead and cross off this 7. Right, I'm getting rid of the 7. That means I have to get rid of 7 from this side. I'm going to subtract 7 from 15. I'm going to get 8. I had to borrow here. So 8. So I'm left with 8 on this side. If I have an 8 here and I have 1 oval left, that means my oval weighs the same as 8 grams. That's how you do these problems, kids. They're pretty easy. They're pretty fun. Another one. I have 44 grams on one side, and I have pentagons. 1 pentagon weighs how much? Well, I can't cross off any weight over here, but I can cross off 1 pentagon here because I have 1 over here. Now I'm left with 4 pentagons over here, and I have 44 grams. So then I have to divide 44 multiply 4, because I want to know what each pentagon weighs. 4 goes into 4 once, 4, subtract 0, bring down the 4. 4 goes into 4 one time, 4 times 4 is 4, subtract 0. My answer is 11. Each one of these weighs the same as 11, equals 44. One pentagon weighs 11 grams. All right, got some more weight, have some triangles. Well, what can I cross off right away? I could automatically cross off 2 triangles. So now I'm left with a triangle, 9 grams, and I have 22 grams. I can cross off 9 grams here, 9 over here. What is 22 minus 9? I want to know what I have left over on this side. To borrow, get a 3, 13 grams over here. 1 triangle over here. 1 triangle weighs the same as 13 grams. Some more weight. It's not 48 over there. It's a 4, and it's an 8. Well, automatically I can cross off a triangle. I'm going to cross off 2 grams here. I'm going to take away 2 grams over here. So I have a 2 over here, and I have an 8. So that means I have 10 grams total on this side. All I did, kids, was add 2 plus 8. I have 2 triangles over here. If I have 2 triangles equals 10 grams, that means each one of these has to weigh 5. So 1 triangle weighs 5 grams. I'm hoping you're catching on with this, because it is very, very easy as long as you just take your time. You take away something from one side, take it away from the other side. Take a look here. You're going to see some problems with some pencils and paper clips tomorrow in class. Looks like I have 5 pencils on the left. I have 2 pencils and 30 paper clips on the right. Well, if I take away 2 from the left to take away 2 from the right, that means I'm left with 3 pens on one side, 30 on the other. So 1 pen makes the same as 10 paper clips. I'm hoping this made sense with the pictures. I tried having some fun with the pictures. You're going to see this stuff in class tomorrow. Hopefully you enjoy it and you have some fun with it. I look forward to working with you in class tomorrow.